So February is a really busy time of year for me as a backyard gardener and beekeeper. I need to prune my apple trees and my pear tree, and I also need to get all my tomatoes planted. We also have a birthday. Yesterday I planted all of my herbs. So even though spring is a little bit of a ways away, this is a really busy time for me. I maximize the use of my space by making my orchard double as my chicken run. Then the chickens can also eat all the weeds and the pests. I don't have to weed the orchard, and I have room for both. So today I'm going to be pruning my Granny Smith apple tree, my Fuji apple tree, and my pear tree that's back there behind me. I'm going to use these Felco handheld pruners that are going to last me years and years, and each of the parts is individually replaceable. For the branches that are a little too big or a little too high, I'm going to use these bigger Fiskars pruners. So I prune my fruit trees because I'm growing them not as a shade tree, but as a tree for fruit production. So by pruning them, it encourages them to grow more fruit for me than they would if they were not pruned. I start off by taking out any dead or diseased wood, any wood that's crossing or rubbing on each other, or any wood that's growing straight up. Okay, Grant, you're gonna trim this one right here above this fruit spurt, and then you're gonna trim this one that's growing straight up.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yep, right there. Good job. There we go. Go ahead and prune it. Squeeze hard. Good job.
Yo, Dad, I think you're gonna need the ladder to trim off tons at the top.
Pear trees are susceptible to fire blight. This tree has had fire blight in the past. We're spraying our pruners frequently to try and mitigate the spread of the disease within this tree. So Grant came up with a really great way to clean both sides of these at once. So I'm planting my tomatoes now, even though it's just the end of February, because I like to plant them outside in the garden on April 20th. So today I'm gonna plant them and then put them inside to germinate and grow until April 20th. And then I'll put them out in my garden in a low tunnel underneath a frost cloth and a plastic cover. And then I'm able to get tomatoes sometimes as early as the first week of July, which is really good because nothing beats a homegrown tomato. The bed that I grow my tomatoes in is only 3 feet by 15 feet, so I grow my tomatoes up some trellis rope, and that allows me to grow them really closely together. I'm planning on growing 26 Roma tomatoes, 12 tomatoes that are called BHN 1021. It's an unfortunate name, but they grow really well in Utah. 8 big beef tomatoes and 4 sun gold cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and add dirt, water the dirt to get it nice and moist, plant the seeds, sprinkle the top with a light layer of soil, and then put a dome on top and bring them inside to get them to germinate. Okay, now that I've got my seeds planted and they're covered with a light dusting of some potting soil, I'm gonna go ahead and spray them down. Then I cover them with one of these plastic domes, and I'll put it inside on a heat mat and make sure that it's damp and moist, especially until it germinates. And then I'll just keep watering it, and in a few weeks I'll transplant it when they get too big for these size cells. Thanks for joining me while I did my gardening and orchard chores today. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.